Another past paper, control account. The following information has been extracted from the books of account of Samuel Cole at 30th April 2016 is the year end, and Samuel is the owner. You always think from the business's behalf. Now we're going to think from Mr. Samuel's behalf. As usual, we'll read the requirement. Okay, prepare sales ledger control account for 6 marks only, and prepare purchase ledger control account for 7 marks, and bottom explain the benefits of purchase ledger, 8 marks, big chunk of marks. Do professional marks, so I'll just rather say if it is a 2, 3 marks in one requirement and 3 marks the other one, and that's our 21 marks. Okay, let's go to the question, and let's scrutinize the information. Cash purchases doesn't go into sales ledger, purchase ledger, control account, because it doesn't create receivables or payables. So does cash purchases. Debit balance in the sales ledger offset against purchase ledger. Yeah, offset, set off, contra. It goes both into purchase ledger and sales ledger control account. Discount allowed, sales ledger, discount received, purchase ledger. Both of these makes your receivables and payables down. Dishonored check received from customer. It's a sales ledger on the other side. We received a check, recorded in a cash book, so that's in sales ledger control account, like receivables down, but it's not actually a check being bounced. We need to write the other side, the debit side. Payment to payables, purchase ledger, making it down, purchase day book total. When it's a day book, it's credit purchases from the day books or journal, purchase journal, nowadays we call it, as total credit purchases. So purchase ledger credit balance, 31st March, that's your opening balance. Purchase ledger debit balance, look at this, the date, 30th of April. I will show you at the end how do you do it. Yes, at the end, balance BD, then goes back to balance CD. We'll work it out. Receipts from trade receivable sales ledger. We're receiving money. It's a cash or bank could be. So sales ledger control account going down. Return inward and return outward because of faulty goods. So returning in, we sold out, it's coming in. It's a sales ledger, and this one is purchase ledger. Both of these making your purchase ledger and sales ledger down. Sales day book totals, sales ledger again, just like the purchase day book, is a credit sales this time. Sales ledger debit balance, this time is opening. All right, very straightforward, easy. You just copy these items from here and put it down bottom, and you get your marks. Okay, so sales ledger control account, bear in mind, this is just like trade receivables, and trade receivables current asset. If it is up, debit. If they go down, minus. You write on the credit side. We'll start with the balance BD on the debit side. Balance BD, then I've seen sales day book. Then I've seen money received from trade receivables. You can say receipts or cash book, because we don't know bank or cash. If you don't know bank or cash, you still can write bank. Discount received. There is a return inwards. I've seen return inwards. Then there is a contra, isn't it? Contra could be more. Let's keep copying those items. Yeah, the opening is here. Let's start with that opening. It's 98756. Sales day book. Return sales day book. Where's the sales day book? I've seen it somewhere here. Yeah, at the bottom. Yeah, there you get the bottom sales day book. It's 556524. For then receipts from receipts here, 568956. And discount allowed. Yeah, this discount allowed. Did I say discount received? Yeah, that's wrong. Discount allowed is 2450. Return inward 1223. There's a contra string entry. It's 16549. And I would say that's it. That's your items. We have taken every bit of a. Wait a minute. There is a dishonor check, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. This dishonor check. Yeah, 452. When we received the check, we record it as a receipt over here, but some of the money is now dishonored. We need to write on the other side to make it clear. Yeah. Let me take my eraser and try to erase. Oops. Okay. Just getting it back because I've erased too much items. Yeah. Okay. Take the pen. Full utilization of the technology. Okay. Dishonor check. You can write dishonored or cash book. Dishonor check or cash book. Why? Because it's coming from the cash book, so you can very well write cash book is 452, but double checking. Yeah, dishonor checks 452. Okay, there's no more information for sales ledger control account for the 6 marks. It's pretty straightforward. We added up. We found this debit side is bigger, isn't it? Yeah, it's 655752. 655752. Take away all the items. You're left with balance CD, and your balance CD is 76545. It becomes balance BD on the other side. Balance BD, whatever is the balance CD figure, 545. That's your 6 marks. There's no dates. You should not be bothered about the dates. Okay, moving to the purchase ledger control account. It's just like trade payables. All your small individual trade payables are aggregated together into your control account, and it is a credit account. If it goes up, credit. If it goes minus, down, it's debit. Okay, the pro forma is, start with the pro forma, balance BD, then purchase. This is credit purchase, this time purchase day book. We've seen it. And any money you have paid, payment, making it down, payables down, liability down, payment or cash book. You can still say cash book, no problem with that. Bank cash, discount received from trade payables, making our liability down, and purchase return. So return out. There's a contra. Yeah, these are the common items. If I see more, let's see if we can find more. We'll take it. We have 2 balances. This one we'll do later. Start with this bit over here, 78798. 78798. That's our balance BD, and we have a credit purchases, and the figure is, where's the purchase day book total? There we go, 698542. 698542. Look for the cash we paid to payables. Payments 654211. 654211, and discount is 3252. Just double checking, and then return outwards. Discount received, yeah, 3252. Return outward is 2126. Let's put it down. 2126 is just a copy paste, yeah, no creativity. It's easy marks. Contra, whatever is the sales ledger, contra is the same amount, so this is the amount, 6549. Okay, contra, we have discussed it before. Just to remind you again, when your receivables is also your payables, customer is also your supplier, so the each other, let's assume the same example I was using. I owe to my customer £1,000. They owe to me £800. We've been into an agreement. Let's not, don't pay us 800. We don't pay you 800. Only 200 is the settlement. The contrasting is 800 set off. We're setting out off is the 800. Yep. All right. Any more information? That's it. Now I want to show you this particular item over here. Taking my highlighter, purchase ledger debit balance 30th April 1212. Okay, it's debit balance 30th April, not the March. So how do you do? Have a look here. Okay, total column. On the debit side, after the total, you say balance BD 1212. That's 30th April after March, because all we are doing here, yep, it's the beginning, but this 1212 is the end of the month. This balance BD becomes balance CD here, 1212. Now you got to add up all these three and see which side is bigger. Obviously, credit side would be bigger, and I'd say 778732. 778732. That's what you write. Take away all these items, you'll get another balance CD. This one would be bigger balance CD, 112594. And the same balance we write on the other side here as a balance BD 112594. That much we owe to our payables, but you need to minus 1212. That's how you do this particular question for your 7 marks. Okay, now explain to Samuel two benefits of purchase ledger control account. There are quite a few benefits, like it gives us instant information regarding your trade payables. Then you take into the trial balance sheet you make. You talk about this, you get your marks. Then it helps us in preventing fraud, because separate peoples do separate works, segregation of duties. Some people might be accountant, especially they might be making individual accounts. Other person may be control accounts. Are difficult to do fraud. Also, errors can be corrected, located, identified, and yes, corrected. All these things you can talk about. Let's start with instant information. Bear in mind 3 marks you need to gain here, so you need to talk about identifying 1 point and 2 valid lines you talk about, then you get your marks. Just writing instant information, you are getting 1 good mark. Okay, and then you talk about further. It gives us instant information regarding trade payables. Write it down. Instant information regarding trade payables. Don't forget to write in full sentences in the exam. So it is useful to prepare trial balance and balance sheet. I hope you're going to get all your 3 marks. That should be enough. And the second advantage, I'd rather say it checks arithmetical accuracy. Mathematical accuracy. How? We compare our individual account balances, the total of individual with the balance of the control account. If it agrees, it's correct. If it doesn't, something wrong, we need to check and correct. That's how we do it. And all this information, you write it down, you get your marks. Okay, you write if the total of control account balance agrees with the total of individual balances, then it's correct. Otherwise, there is a mistake. There could be a mistake. And we can look for the mistake and correct. Sometimes you have to write down a lot. Yeah, and that's it. That's your 21 marks. Into the pocket. Aim for the A star. Keep working hard. Keep watching our videos. Thanks. Goodbye.